Today we are recording from Blairsville, Georgia, a historic park that has cabins, and this weekend they're doing a Civil War reenactment. You'll see here the Hunter England House, 1832, that is on the property here. And they have several buildings. Here is an old well that they have. Beautiful area in Blairsville, Georgia, in the park area. And so we have this wonderful area of this cabin, and it's actually open. You can go in and see what people lived like in the 1800s. Moments with Mark chapter 12, starting with verse 13, concerning duty to God and duty to the government. Later, the leaders sent some Pharisees and supporters of Herod to trap Jesus. So we have the religious leaders, the Pharisees. We have the political leaders or political followers of Herod, who really submitted to the Roman government. To catch the scenario, you have to realize that Israel was not a free area. The Roman government had occupied Israel, and they were the occupying force over the Israel people. So we have a strange alliance between the religious leaders who hated Jesus and the political leaders who wanted to get rid of Jesus. Strange bedfellows, but they had a common foe, and that was Jesus. They were going to try to trap Jesus into saying something that could get him arrested, something against the political leaders or something against the religious leaders. And so we find in verse 14, they said, "Teacher, we know how honest you are, how impartial, and how you don't play favorites. You teach the way of God truthfully." And so they're buttering Jesus up. They're using a lot of flattery to get on Jesus' good side as they try to trap him. And so they say, "Now tell us, is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Are you a supporter of the government or what? Or are you a part of the rebellion?" Verse 15, "Should we pay them or shouldn't we?" It was an annual tax that all the people had to pay to the Roman government. And they're saying, "Hey, Jesus, should we support the Roman government with our taxes? They're an occupying force, you know." Jesus saw through their hypocrisy and said, "Why are you trying to trap me, or why are you trying to trick me? Show me a Roman coin, a denarius, and I'll tell you." And when they handed the denarius, the Roman coin, to Jesus, he asked, "Whose picture and title are stamped on it?" And they replied, "Caesar's," the leader of the Roman government at the time that Jesus was speaking. And really, it's a contradiction in terms. You want to be against the Roman government, but here you are carrying around their money with the image of Caesar upon it. Verse 16, when they handed it to him, he asked, "Whose picture and title are stamped on it?" "Caesar's," they replied. "Well then," Jesus said, "give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. Do your taxes and do your tithing. Give to Caesar what is due Caesar. Give to the government what is due the government, but also give to God what is due to him." His reply completely amazed them. But Jesus is saying you can be a good Christian and a good citizen. As long as the rules and the laws of the government do not interfere with your Christian duties, you can be a good Christian and a good citizen at the same time. But we do need to support our government. We do need to support our God by giving to God and giving to the government. Thank you for joining us on Moments with Mark in Mark chapter 12. Jesus talking about political support and also talking about support in the religious realm. And he's saying those two things can coexist. They do not need to be either or. It can be both and. It's like I say, do you want to have pie or cake? Why does it have to be either or? Why can't I have both, right? And so thank you for joining us for Moments with Mark.